The next question is, what are your thoughts on traditional gender roles?
I think they serve an important purpose. I think they've been demonized by society for too long
Mm.
because there is a reason that women are more inclined to be good at certain things than men. I'm sorry, somebody just drove by, but there's a reason why these roles exist, and when we try to say they don't need to exist, I mean, you see what's happening now. The kids are being raised by strangers, and the women are working so hard. Women have been never been more unhappy, and you look at all the people taking antidepressants now, and all the people having all these troubles. It's because we've abandoned the things that kept our society moving smoothly. And of course, they always cite flaws, and they're like, "Oh, well, women used to be beaten by their husband; they couldn't divorce, and yada yada." But nowadays, we don't have that. So, what's the excuse now for us not to take better care of our families and take take care of our husbands? That's seen as like a bad thing. About, oh, you want to take
Yeah.
care of your husband? Even just people posting online, you'll see them posting. I made my husband's lunch for his work because he's going to work, and they're
Hmm.
like, can't he make his own lunch? Doesn't he have hands? Well, yeah, but he's working to bring money into my home. I'm going to make his life easier.
Right.
And it's not a lesser or more than, because it's every bit as important, because one can't function without the other. If I'm not taking care of the kids, taking care of the household, he's going to be distracted with all the other things he has to do once he gets home. So he's not going to be working his best job or getting promoted or doing the things he needs to advance himself, and
Mm.
vice versa. If he's not bringing in that money to keep the bills and the roof over our head, I'm not going to be able to take care of my kids the way I'd like to. I'll have to go out and work too. And,
Right.
it takes both sides to really make it work, because working
Right.
women, a lot of them have to. They don't have a choice now. I'm very blessed that I live in a three-generation household right now. So
Mm.
it's a lot easier for me to manage it. But um, yeah, I think it's made a big difference. I mean, my children are very advanced for their age. My oldest just got to skip a grade. I've
Hmm.
been with them since day one, working with them, and they go to a nice local private school. And
Right.
I,
I
I really
totally
couldn't
agree. There are
blame
so
their.
many advantages,
I'm
but
sorry.
I totally agree. There's so many advantages to being able to stay at home with your kids and yeah, and traditional gender roles. Yet we completely demonize it and say that it's abusive, it's restrictive, it's terrible for women, and it's like actually it gives women space to be a bit more relaxed and to take care of their kids, and the kids benefit. And no one is able to point out that kids benefit from this, and therefore society benefits. Your children are going to go out into the world and become doctors and lawyers or whatever. Society will benefit from the fact that you had time to give your children a bit more of you. And I don't mean that to say anything bad about women who work. If you want to work. Working is not a problem. Working is great. Do what you want. But there's no reason to demonize or look down or look back at traditional gender roles and say they were awful, because they had benefits. And if you're in a position today where you can do that and you can mitigate all of the minor problems that may have come with it, then it is good. I am also a stay at home mom, by the way. And I think that it is important to spend time with your children. And it is important to, the role of a stay at home mom is, like you said, is complementary. The man and the woman work together, they build up something together. And that was the whole idea of marriage. That's why it was something that was meant to last for a long time, not to just end and so that was the idea. I mean, it's not something bad. It's just you know it's a way of life, and it's totally valid and normal. And I don't think it's very progressive to knock it down. Not everyone needs to do it, but we can we can do it and say that it has benefits and it's okay. Uh,
Absolutely. And I'm 100%. If a woman doesn't want to have children, doesn't want to get married, that's her choice. Good for
mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah,
But it feels like they say, "Oh, we should have a choice. We should have a choice," while
they
knocking
didn't
the
give
other choice. Or
exactly. They
I've been
feminists.
called a slave, a hive mind, a
Mm-hmm.
sheep,
Mm-hmm. You're in a toxic
a
relationship.
welcome mat.
When he leaves you, you'll be singing another tune. He's gonna leave you for a 19-year-old. It's abusive, it's toxic. You leave yourself open to financial abuse. What happens when he changes his mind? What happens? You understand? And it's like, okay, yeah, if you don't want to get married, or if you want to work and be independent in your relationship, that's fine. That makes sense, and I'm happy for you. However, to say that other people who make other choices, which also has benefits, totally not because of their choice. This is it is unfair, and they don't look at the points that are positive about traditional relationships. They only look at
Exactly.
the potential downfalls, which are all just basically the relationship might end, which is true because people get divorced a lot. But yeah, you know.